Fans Beyond Wrestling, I know that you're asking. Denver, Colorado, the man, not the place. You've already provided us with one of the sickest four-ways we have ever seen from the Ringleaders taping. What the hell is going through your head? What are you doing now? Another four-way from the Ringleaders taping? For free? For us? And to that I would answer, yeah, man, that's what Beyond Wrestling's all about. You got four killer athletes. KJ Crush, who's just an absolute scumbag. This guy is dirty, disgusting, and he will do whatever it takes to put down an opponent. He has no limits, no boundaries. Nothing is too uncouth for him. Going up against first, Maserati Rick, who he actually has competed with in BCWA in Michigan. This guy's coming to Beyond Wrestling, making his debut this weekend with a chip on his shoulder. Not doing anything to endear himself to the other fans on ringside. And this is a mistake commonly made by a lot of the debuting wrestlers. And really, it's the support of the other wrestlers that's really going to help you, because Beyond Wrestling is a giant networking opportunity. It's not just enough to impress them, but if you can endear them as well, that's going to open doors to spots with promotions all around the country. Remember, we have representatives literally from across the United States competing at all of these Beyond Wrestling tapings. I'm sure Maserati Rick would love to get out of Michigan, be able to compete in places like Florida, New York, New Jersey. Just like Leon St. Giovanni, formerly Leon Deladmon, has been doing, branching out as a result of the experience that he's gotten at Beyond Wrestling. Also getting sack tapped by Aaron Epic from Florida. You want to talk about not endearing yourself to the wrestlers on ringside? What is he doing right here? Picking a fight with Nick Talent. This guy's got a full match ahead of him and it's breaking down before it's even started. Leon St. Giovanni trying to take him down to the mat. And of course, KJ Crush and Maserati Rick are going to be in full support of these guys fighting beforehand. He's going to weaken one of his opponents, and now just swinging wildly at Nick Talent before escaping into the ring. Nick Talent trying to charge him with a chair. Leon St. Giovanni, though, checking to make sure not a scuff mark on his jacket. He's going to be careful because the fourth participant in this four-way is his trainer, Corvis Fear. Now, you could say that Corvis Fear has been without direction for the past few months, ever since his arch rival, Chris Dickinson, has gone out of Beyond Wrestling due to an injury. Really has not had to face the Doom Patrol, which is sort of dissolved in Dickinson's absence. But that's allowing Corvis Fear to compete in Beyond Wrestling for the original purpose, to just have the best matches possible, to help teach guys along the way, and to show the world just how skilled of an athlete you are. Corvis Fear, certainly one of the top competitors we have here at Beyond Wrestling. Always towards the top of the rankings. He's going to be careful, though, because it looks like he might be outnumbered. Again, a lot of these guys, sour dispositions. And there you see, I told you, KJ Crush and Maserati Rick have competed together before, perhaps looking to form an alliance. And Leon St. Giovanni looks like he may align himself with his trainer, although Crush and Maserati Rick trying to convince Leon St. Giovanni otherwise. There we go. Looks like this might start off as though it was a tag match. Oh, and Leon turning his back on his trainer. You're going to be kidding me. This kid's had a wild hair across his ass over the past couple months. Well, but maybe not, though. I mean, in these four-way matches, it's every man for himself. And just like that, an alliance formed with Corvis Fear and KJ Crush? No, a punch to the face. And Corvis Fear taking it to KJ Crush in the corner. Leon doing the same. And just a series of brutal chops. This match just underway. Corvis Fear catching Maserati Rick now, flipping him over. Oh, right into that inverted atomic drop. Maybe catching him a little bit too low, but I don't think that was the intention. Maserati Rick getting punched in the chest, and as KJ Crush charges in, he gets thrown with a back body drop, but Corvis Fear made a mistake. A rare mistake out of Corvis Fear, turning his back on his student. St. Giovanni capitalizing, but as Maserati Rick charges in, his opponent's able to evade him. Now up on the shoulders of Corvis Fear. Perhaps going for a Samoan chop. Maserati Rick struggling to get out of it. Leon St. Giovanni caught, and that kick takes all these men down. Giovanni getting spiked on the top of his head. Maserati Rick driven down to his back, and Corvis Fear catching the boot right to the chest. KJ Cross with a decisive advantage right now, and just a straight headbutt for Corvis Fear. Now paying it forward. Chop to the chest like he was experienced earlier in the match, as well as a European uppercut. Now just grinding his arm on the throat of Corvis Fear. Now directing traffic too. Straight punch to the side of the head. Maserati Rick just driving Corvis Fear face first in that top turnbuckle. KJ Crush choking away at the foot. Corvis Fear's abdomen wide open for the continued attack from Maserati Rick. Now these two guys from Michigan sending Corvis Fear off the ropes. They both telegraphed that. Corvis Fear using the momentum to plant that boot in the midsection of Maserati Rick. Fear able to block that Polish hammer and send Crush's foot right into the face of Maserati Rick. These two guys go to tie up. Maserati Rick ducks out of the way, sweeping the legs out. And look at that elevation on the standing splash. Now good, both of these guys hooked and sending them both down to the mat head first with a DDT. Maserati Rick going for a pinfall. Corvis Fear barely able to get the shoulder off the mat. He must have really landed bad on that DDT. Doesn't seem to have his bearings about him at all. Again, in a wrestling contest, there's so many shots to the head. So many times our opponent's head is driven down to the mat, and any one of them could be a concussive blow. It could be the end of the match. It could be the end of a career. It just goes to show you how tough these guys are, able to withstand all of that impact. Now, Corvis Fear weathering the storm, a series of rights, picking up for a body slam, but dropping him down face first. Coming in with that low drop kick. Maserati Rick, though, emphatically getting the shoulder off the mat, but in a position, Corvis Fear is biting him. Unusual tactics on a Corvis Fear. But look at that, just stomping away at both of the hands of Maserati Rick. Maserati Rick, with both of his hands out of the equation, may not even be able to defend himself. Able to get a reversal on the Irish whip, buries the head of the midsection, and that standing leg drop. Corvis Fear rolling in the corner, trying to get out of the way, trying to pull himself back up so he can defend himself. Maserati Rick shooting him across the ring. St. Giovanni catches him, sends him down with that jawbreaker, but he's going to be careful. Maserati Rick charges in. St. Giovanni avoids him, catches him with the jawbreaker. A series of jawbreakers. Oh no, he's going to be careful here, but sending both of his opponents into each other. Going for that DDT, no. Able to use that momentum coming down. Catching both of these guys with a butterfly suplex. Impressive display of strength from St. Giovanni, but he left himself prone to a big senton from KJ Crush. And now KJ Crush trying to pin all of his opponents. And all of them able to get out at the same time. He didn't want to waste any time. He was not sure who was the worst for wear. But all of his opponents using their combined strength to kick out. He gets caught with that clothesline. Corvis Fear going for that Joker driver. Instead it gets blocked. And KJ Crush with that suplex. Just sending Corvis Fear right at Maserati Rick. Corvis Fear is out to the floor. And that leaves St. Giovanni primed. That huge body attack in the corner. Really laying into those European uppercuts. You know, normally in a wrestling match, you would go to the corner to try and get away from your opponent, able to use the ropes, be able to get yourself back up to the feet, but in these four ways, it's like the perfect target to be attacked because your back is to the corner, there's no escape. And KJ Crush with another exploder, this time dumping St. Giovanni right in the corner. And now on the outside, on the apron, Corvis Fear, Maserati Rick taking it to each other on the ring apron. KJ Crush charges in, but he gets blocked, met with a pair of fists, and these guys are still going at it. Both guys with the same idea at the same time. And KJ Crush just using the ropes to bring them both into the ring. Coming off the ropes. And both of his opponents met with a boot to the face. KJ Crush now going for that pin on Corvis Fear. You see he had his arms pressing down the shoulders of Corvis Fear, but he did not have enough coverage across the chest. Fear still able to kick out. Fear not able to get back up to his feet, so it seems like KJ Crush is going to focus his attack on Maserati Rick. But again, just taking too much time, talking shit to some of the other wrestlers. Looking behind his back to see if St. Giovanni was going to recover. It did not look like he was, but perhaps he was playing possum. Able to reverse the leverage, and now both of these guys taking KJ Crush, smashing the back of his head down on that mat. Corvis Fear trying to get all the other wrestlers on ringside help rally him back up to his feet. What? All right, a game of Duck, Duck, Goose is broken out in this four-way. Oh, and a disrespectful back chop from Corvis Fear to his student. And now St. Giovanni chasing Corvis Fear around the ring. In the meantime, a big open hand strike from KJ Crush to Maserati Rick. KJ Crush trying to trip up Corvis Fear to no avail. Corvis Fear gets caught in the midsection with that knee from St. Giovanni. The shoulder block does not take Crush down. But look at that, a shoulder block from Corvis Fear to change the positioning of KJ Crush. And Maserati Rick out from the sky, coming down from the heavens with that elbow drop. Unbelievable elevation. And Corvis Fear with that shining ace crusher. Oh, Maserati Rick is hurt. Is Corvis Fear going to be able to capitalize? His other opponent's down, able to get the lateral press. But Maserati Rick on his own, able to get out of that pinning predicament. And Corvis Fear again changing his strategy, going off of St. Giovanni, who was up on that top turnbuckle. Perhaps trying to take him down with that missile dropkick, but Corvis Fear too quick. Corvis Fear sending Maserati Rick head first again into the abdomen of St. Giovanni, whipping him across the ring. Again, continuing his attack on St. Giovanni as he is positioned precariously on that top turnbuckle. In the opposite corner, you see KJ Crush taking the fight to Maserati Rick. And now the two men standing in the ring, just unloading on one another. Corvis Fear goes to send KJ Crush, but the whip gets reversed. The momentum taking both of these guys into the corner. Perhaps we're going to have a pair of victory rolls. No, a chicken fight. First Duck, Duck, Goose, now a chicken fight. You never know what you're going to get from a Beyond Wrestling four-way. I think this is living proof. Corvis Fear looks like he's changing the position of St. Giovanni and pushing him off for a suplex. Tower of Doom style. Corvis Fear needs to act quick. He needs to get a pin on one of these guys. I think that was the wrong decision. Crush taking the least impact of that. And St. Giovanni taking the most. And look at that bridge, able to roll his opponent out to the floor.
Strongest kick out ever.
I agree with the cameraman. That is the strongest kick out of all time. And again, we've seen deceptive strength from St. Giovanni coming to this contest.
What?
And what does KJ Crush got in mind here? Springboard moonsault? Goes to jump up off the rope, but no! Maserati Rick out of nowhere, diving through his legs, taking Corvis Fear out on the floor. KJ Crush again, looking to size up both of his opponents, perhaps going for that springboard moonsault. But St. Giovanni with that drop kick. He's got KJ Crush rocking and rolling. He charges in, gets elevated up and over that back body drop, and again wiping out both of his opponents on the floor.
Dive!
And KJ Crush still has something else in mind, waiting for his opponents to get back up to his feet. Is he taking too much time here?
Something crazy.
Sizing him up. And no, changes his mind. Off of the apron, just a standing flip and using all of his weight. Just taking everybody down. He landed hard too. Barely even stirring. He's going to get back up to his feet first, roll somebody in the ring, and get that pin to end this match and get that point. Again, in these four ways, the winner of the match wins a point, but everybody else, they all lose a point. Very important. There's a lot on the line here. There's even more to lose. KJ Crush going for that roaring forearm. Instead, it's Maserati Rick that gets caught with a spinning back fist. Now a series of super kicks on the floor. St. Giovanni, again, we've seen how effective he's been utilizing those European uppercuts. And he has the advantage over his mentor, Corvis Fear. Corvis Fear has mentored a lot of guys so far in Beyond Wrestling, but St. Giovanni seems to be the most promising to date. Now that hard elbow strike, again, Corvis Fear back in the corner, nowhere to go, practically trapped. Facing the onslaught from St. Giovanni, building up some steam when he made a mistake, running right into that boot. Corvis Fear gets caught though, he's got a hook, and now springboarding off the ropes, using the added momentum to take Corvis Fear down to the mat. Almost like a variation of an STO, but using all of his body weight to add to the impact. And I'm not sure if Corvis Fear would have been able to get out of that. KJ Crush instead breaking it up. He's got his arms and his legs hooked. A trapper keeper bomb. I believe in some circles also known as a pack and pile driver. Fuck those circles. KJ Crush though, trapper keeper, package pile driver, whatever you want to call it, not enough to put St. Giovanni away. And you know, we've seen amazing resilience out of this kid too. These matches are so chaotic. And the veteran Corvis Fear, again, questionable tactics, but now springboarding off and catching him with that springboard ace crusher. You can see how these guys are slowing down. You know, 15 minutes into this match. Okay, perhaps I had lied. Maserati Rick showing no signs of slowing down. A picture-perfect springboard moonsault. Leon St. Giovanni with the splash, and I think that Brett Lauderdale made a mistake right there. Maserati Rick had the pin on Corvis Fear before St. Giovanni had come off the top rope. I think Lauderdale, instead focusing attention on St. Giovanni, may have missed an opportunity, and Maserati Rick may have been robbed of an important victory here. Again, it's all up to the referee's discretion. This may be Maserati Rick's opening. St. Giovanni, though, quick to get out of the way. He knows he's in a bad way. Oh, and the elevated neck breaker, taking Maserati Rick down to the mat. This could be KJ Crush's match to win. But Corvis Fear planting both of those fists in between the shoulder blades. Again, though, too much time showboating. He's hooked. He might get spiked on the top of his head. No, able to wiggle his way out of it. And the biggest Joker driver we've ever seen, taking over a 300-pound opponent. He's got him stacked up, but St. Giovanni kicking Corvis Fear out of the way. He's got KJ Crush's legs hooked. He's got the victory over KJ Crush. Stealing the victory from his mentor, Corvis Fear. And this is a huge victory for Leon St. Giovanni. Really picking up some momentum here in Beyond Wrestling. St. Corvis Fear taught him very well. He's got that shit-eating grin that I'm sure Corvis Fear would love to wipe off his face. And take a look at Corvis Fear dejected in defeat at the ringleader's taping.